In 2017, a small indie studio in Australia comprised of only 3 people released a game known as Hollow Knight. This game was crowdfunded by a small, dedicated audience. When this game released, it had massive success and became one of the best-selling indie games of all time, praised for its fun, challenging gameplay, and immersive story. After the game was released, it got a few updates, bringing it more content. However, today we are not talking about that game. Instead, another game. The sequel to the first game that took over 7 years to make. This is a video about Hollow Knight Silksong. Hollow Knight Silksong is a game created by Team Cherry in 2025, and it is my current topic. When the game was in development, it was one of the most anticipated games of all time, holding the records of wishlists on Steam, and when it released on September 4, 2025, it released to overwhelmingly positive reviews and praise. As well, it crashed nearly every single game publishing website with the amount of people trying to buy it. But after the dust settled and everybody started playing, people fell in love with the story, characters, area, and gameplay. Today, I'm going to talk about all of these, and only the first section, because you don't want a 2-hour-long rambling, do you? The game starts. We open into a cutscene, a couple of bugs carrying a cage through many barren landscapes, until they make it to a large stone gate, and we zoom in on our main protagonist, Courtney, being seen incapacitated by some sort of magic seal. But as they start walking on a stone bridge, a small butterfly-like creature flies down and breaks the seal. Almost instantly, our hero awakes and uses her abilities to break the cage, and her and the other bugs fall. And we are given a simple message. Act 1. Farther. As our hero awakes, she finds herself weakened and dazed at the bottom of the pit she fell into. Her sword lands directly next to her. As she gets up, she uses her abilities from her experience in the place she was before being taken here by those bugs, and heals herself from her injuries before starting to explore and finding herself in a place known as Moss Grotto. As our hero begins to explore the area, finding many small bugs, some passive, some aggressive. But as she makes it up a bit, she finds herself starting to learn. Seems that the seal or the fall has put a toll on her. Eventually she regains her strength and continues exploring the area until she finds a small chapel. As she enters, she briefly experiences those same pains from earlier. But again, she collects herself and sits at the bench inside, before continuing up into a room above where she finds the first boss of the game, Moss Grotto. This boss is a simple introduction of what's to come in the boss in this game. She has 3 attacks: a low fly trying to sting her, a root swing that drops some rocks, and another root swing that spawns 1 to 2 passive enemies from the grotto. But eventually, Court defeats the Moss Mother and continues up the shaft. However, as she gets up, the pains come back. As she catches a glimpse of someone, she passes out. A few minutes later, we awake to the figure we saw hitting Hornet on the head with some sort of walking stick, remarking,
Up with you. Up. I won't have you dying on my floor.
before the two talk about the predicament Hornet's in, before giving Hornet the quest to make it to the Citadel, and Hornet walks out into a large mossy field, properly beginning her quest. As Hornet walks past the field and past the same pit she fell into at the start, she makes it to a small settlement known as Bone Bottom, where she meets some new faces. A small pilgrim, a shopkeeper named Peb, and a construction worker named Flick, and many other pilgrims getting ready to go on their own pilgrimage to the Citadel, the place they all consider the Promised Land. As Hornet walks past, she finds herself in a place known as the Marrow, a cave-like area with bones of long, dead creatures dotted everywhere. As Hornet walks through this area, finding many creatures, some trying to attack her, others using bones to hide and ambush prey. Eventually, she finds herself at a large door where she finds the greatest, cutest, most musically talented little guy of all time. Sherma. He tells us that he's singing, hoping the door will open for him. Such a pure soul. Sure hope nothing bad happens to him. Anyway, after searching around, we find a arena of enemies from the area that we take down and make it to the other side of that door we found earlier. We open it. And our lovely little guy remarks that their singing opened the door. Hornet does not correct it. As we make it past the door, we continue exploring the cave, finding more creatures, including a caravan of fleas, small fluttering bugs that ask for your help to find their offspring that are wandering off in the rotten walls. As well, we find some infrastructure, praying spots, and signs of other pilgrims passing. However, your exploring eventually comes to a halt, and you see a strange figure standing in your way. This figure is Shaka, a traveling warrior looking for her master who raised her. But for now, she acts as this game's cartographer, selling you maps when you need them. Now, I'm going to cut this off here. This game is so big that I couldn't even fit a fraction of this game in any amount of time remaining. So, I'll stop at this point. Even though there are still hours upon hours of content, other characters with their own stories, and areas filled with new challenges and stories. So, this is what I ask you. Go and play this game. It is an incredible experience that I personally believe everyone should play. And before you say, I can't buy it, I'm broke, it's $30 Canadian. Go more like 4 lawns and ask for $10 for compensation. Anyway, go play this game. Trust me. Also, it's very difficult, but if that turns you away, you're a winner.